We're here with the Pretty Reckless. How are we today?
We're good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, and I hope this doesn't sound condescending at all, but I am so proud of you, the way you have built this band over the last 2 albums, and I mean that sincerely from the heart.
Thank you so much, man.
I don't think we get recognized for very much how hard that was to make that happen.
It's one of those deals that's like, here's an overnight success, and you're going, what about the last year and a half before that?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
They sent us around the world first because they didn't care here, so now we're here.
And that's something very important that I wanted to ask you, Taylor. You very easily could have went out and picked up 4 guys from Sunset Strip that all looked like Nikki Sixx 30 years ago, but you went out and you got some serious players. How important was that to you?
Super important. I wanted seasoned musicians, and I was a singer-songwriter and was looking for the right band, and I met Ben, and we started writing together, and it just kind of worked immediately. And Mark, Jamie, and Ben were in a band together at the time. I heard their band, and I went, well, I'm just taking your band, and I'm the new singer now, and here's the new name, and here's the new record, and it's 6, almost 7 years later, it's worked out pretty well.
It kind of worked out for you, though, huh?
It did.
Yeah, I wish I was that 30-year-ago guy you were talking about. But
yeah,
sure, yeah.
No, you know the Sunset Strip scene, though, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm not really much a part of it, but it would have been easier 30 years ago to go to China every 2 months, which we've been doing. So now it's a little harder. But,
so it's harder to keep up with the kids?
No, I think actually we keep up better than you do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably.
It's actually pretty easy. So it's awesome. But yeah, I thank you so much because I think you do get it, so that's cool.
I do get it, and that's the word inside the industry too. And I hate to bring that into a dumb radio interview or anything, but the word is Taylor's a smart girl. She got guys that can play.
I wasn't looking for a bunch of kids, you know.
Yeah, you don't need that kind of thing. But what's it like traveling with a bunch of guys? Is it just awesome?
Oh, it's awesome. They're my best friends. You know, it's very much a band, so it makes it easy.
Okay.
You live with your friends. So it's a makeshift family.
Yeah. I gotta ask the girl question. There's a couple bands out there that I think every song is about sexuality, stuff like that. You come from a much broader place. Is that important to you, or have you just not experimented with that other area?
Well, it's important to be broad. I think it's, the goal with songwriting and all of that is to say something succinctly and as simple as possible. But
we try to find pieces of everything that are important to everything. So sex is in there, but it's just a part of it.
Sex is in there. It's just it's all buried in metaphor.
Everyone's not having sex 24 hours a day, so we write about all the hours of the day.
That was the my clumsy way of approaching that question right there. Is that you're not leaning on that you actually have something to say.
Yeah, well, that's the point. That's why music is so liberating and amazing. It's because you have the freedom to be able to express yourself and get your voice heard in some way. And
you have to work to have something to say. You have to find things that are important to say, or at least something substantial that's going to last.
Yeah, because you don't want to put anything out that I think the goal always of making records is if I like it, then I'm happy, then that's good. But you never want to make something for the radio or for the fans or for any of that. It's you do it for you
and then hope
it
translates.
And hope that
when I first heard Heaven Knows on the radio, I shut it off and I called everyone and I was like, this doesn't belong on the radio. This is one chord and it's one chord. Like there's another chord in the bridge. There's one chord, sounded completely different, and I was like, this is gonna fail. Should have picked something else.
Yeah.
I was
wrong.
You
were wrong.
I was really wrong.
But does that that is a great question for you. I mean, how many songs have you written in your career and then one hits? Do you just go, where is this coming from? Why all of a sudden is magic happening?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Completely.
Yeah.
We expected nothing. You expect nothing. You make it, you like it, and then
you
give it to other people.
You probably have a trunk full of songs at home that you think are better, though.
It's kind of like having I'm sure I don't have any kids, but it's like having a kid and then just handing it off to a bunch of dudes at a record label and have them raise it. And then hopefully it doesn't do drugs and hit the stripper pole or something.
Yeah, that thing is kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So, are you recycling some things from your younger days?
No.
No, everything that you come up fresh. You don't go, here's a bridge that I wrote back in. No,
and we have a lot of things that were good, but they're old and we want fresh.
Once they're old, they're boring to you then.
Yeah.
So you're 3 singles deep, 3 top 10s deep. Are you starting to feel any urge whatsoever about how am I going to follow this up, or do you just ride the wave?
Not really. We're kind of actually really relaxed right now. I think.
We're really ready to follow
And we're
up.
really, really excited to make a new record because we've been touring and going to hell for about 2 years now. So
Yeah, it's been a bit, hasn't
it's been a bit. So this should be the last run, and then we're
2
going
years
back
in
to
September
writing.
will
And,
be the touring.
That's
cycle.
crazy. Are we going to go four deep since the third one went, all the way to #1?
Is that official yet? Because I think it's
I think-
official
I
on
think it's
Tuesday that we're #1 on third. That's
Third.
history.
History. That's
Right
official
there.
history.
I think if there's some talk of other touring, but we pretty much shut it down to go make a new record right after this tour.
Right.
If it goes to another tour, maybe we'll do another single, but I don't know.
We
We don't really
make those decisions.
No.
Exactly.
So you just
we just make the art and then they put it out.
Yeah.
And then,
they
ride,
raise
and then
the
ride
kids.
the wave.
Yeah, ride the
Then
wave.
Ride the
yeah.
wave. And
It
see
is a
where you're
wave.
going.
Life is a wave.
Yeah, we birthed the baby and they raised them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to think about that for a minute here.
This baby thing is a weird analogy.
It's a weird analogy. But it works though because it's kind of, when everyone says, can you pick a favorite song? I'm like, no, it's like picking a favorite kid. I mean, I'm sure parents do it, but you don't want to actually admit to it.
Fantastic.
Sure, parents do, but you don't want to admit
They're
to
pretty
it.
reckless. Well, I thank you guys so much for getting on the bus with us today and spending a couple
No,
minutes.
thank you.
Of
It's
course,
a
thank you
beautiful
so
day.
much.
We've been touring Canada in the middle of this winter. It was
so
off an
brutal.
hour in Lubbock, Texas. It's beautiful out. It's awesome. The crowd's awesome.
Well, it got a little bit better. Were you out early this morning?
We
man?
were, yeah.
Yeah, it actually snapped the telephone pole over there. It was
Oh, the
blowing
wind.
hard enough.
I like
Yeah.
the wind, though. That was awesome. I
You
thought
like
that
the wind?
I do.
Okay, I got a house I want to rent you.
All right.
Let's go with that.
I understand.
Thank you so much,
Of
guys.
course,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you, man.